Hi everybody, my name is Rhys Barber. I'm one of the audiologists here at Audiology Associates.
And my name is Taylor Green, and welcome to day 13 of Waxmas.
So if you've never seen Waxmas before, guys, this is a special little treat we give you over Christmas time. So we're going to be posting new ear wax removal videos with myself and Taylor, because you should be enjoying that every day from day 1 to day 25. So you can even get one on Christmas Day as well.
And I have to apologise, guys. I sound horrendous. I do have a little bit of a cold at the moment, so Rhys has kindly he's allowed me to come in and spread the lurgy.
So I'm going to be doing the lion's share of the talking, I think, on this one, the rest pro tears. Look, we even put the Christmas hats on for you again this time, guys. We've got the little baubles going. So this is actually one of Taylor's patients. It looks sticky, really sticky.
Yeah, and
this one.
So, well, as we're getting this kind of suction, so we've got a standard size ulnar tube here. And you can see it's so sticky. As we're trying to suction it, it's just slowly peeling down the ear canal. We've got all these little bits around which are just stuck everywhere. It's just stuck everywhere.
This can be for various different reasons. So this might well be that the patient's used a couple of wax softening drops, because what will happen sometimes with our patients is when they have an issue, they'll use some wax softening drops just to soften things up. Their hearing improves, so they assume that the wax has come out. They stop using the drop, and what can happen sometimes is it's just broken a little bit away, or the wax is liquefied a little bit and stuck to the canal wall.
Yeah.
But it's also a really tough old one to do this one, because the layer is so thin on that canal wall, and the canal walls are so sensitive that you don't want to dig the suction tube into that canal wall, because it would feel like quite a sharp scratching sensation for the patient. So you've got to hover just above and kind of take it all the way down there. So not an easy one to do by any stretch, this one.
No, I can see we're really fighting with this part. So we've taken it so far into the ear. As usual with most of my cases, I tend to try from the bottom first, try and lift and almost kind of roll and peel it through the ear canal, because if it's softer deeper in, it sometimes kind of rolls forward from underneath if you manage to get so far. So we've popped some olive oil in here to try and help us remove this plug. What the olive oil is going to do here, it's not going to soften this straight away, even though sometimes we get a different it almost kind of doesn't change the consistency. What am I trying to say?
It almost sort of just sits as a layer on top of the wax, which helps with the suction grip, doesn't it? Helps to bind that wax a little bit.
And as that lifts slightly, this oil can sometimes slip underneath, and that allows the plug to not re-stick to the ear canal, so it usually slides out a lot easier.
Which is really important in these types of wax removals, which is where you get this really thick and sticky surface layer. This wax is like chewing gum. It naturally wants to stick all the way down the canal as you're bringing this out. So having that little bit of oil just forms that bit of a barrier there and stops that from happening.
Yes, you can see all the dead skin underneath this plug as well, all that white sort of material there. This has been there a long old time, this plug.
A lot of dead skin just embedded right in the middle there and hanging on to this wax. It really doesn't want to let it go. Just a quick reminder, guys, if you are enjoying this video, you can always give us a thumbs up. If you're really enjoying the videos and you want to see more of them, you can click that subscribe button, which is, I don't know, it's over there, I think, somewhere. If not, it's over there. So you can click that button and you'll get notified. If you click the bell as well, when you click that subscribe button, you will get notifications every time we post a new little video. That's if you're on YouTube. If you're on TikTok, we're having to split this video into quite a few different parts. So if you check out the comment section below, you'll see a link to the next video in the comment section. Done. That's I always forget to do that.
Seems to be my thing. I'll give you a thumbs up. So it's just reminding you of what a thumbs up looks like.
This is why you bring Taylor on. He's in the corner.
This is what it looks like. Just click this button.
But it's starting to come away a little bit easier. It's always a painstaking procedure. So when you can't rush these types of procedures, especially when this bauble thing's ready, is basically because it's so close to that canal wall. If you rush it and you go a little bit too gung ho, you run the risk of either touching the canal wall, which is going to be really uncomfortable, or squishing this already sticky wax further against the canal wall, which is not ideal.
Yeah, so a lot of these patients would be either repeat patients or brand new patients that we've never seen before. Now, if it's, in either case, some of these really kind of softer, sticky plugs, like we don't know the anatomy of the patient's ear canal at this point. So where this wax is, we don't know if it's narrowing deeper in. We don't know if there's any anything else going on, which is why we have to go so slow in order to create these little gaps.
Because everybody's ear canal is different. Every single person, there's no such thing as an average ear canal. Everybody's ear canal is different, and every ear canal has 2 natural bends in it.
Yeah.
And what you can find is sometimes we use those bends as sort of geographical markers on our way down the canal, so we know how deep we're going. But what you'll get is if you've got wax that's very, very stuck to the canal wall, you just might miss that bend. It might just be a little bit sharper than you think it's going to be, and you do run the risk of clipping against it as well.
This is quite painstaking.
It is. It is like a fig roll centre.
Yeah.
Really, really thick. We could call it mince pie. Filling, just to make it more
kind of looks
kind
like
of Christmassy.
Kind of look like mince.
We could say they're on a mission to try and spoil every single Christmas food type we could come across.
Blame Rhys.
That's my fault. Yeah, it's nothing to do with Taylor. It's all me. But you can see it's really when it's this kind of thick consistency, you're struggling there. You can switch down to a fine end, which is going to give you a little bit more maneuverability, but then you lose the suction power, and it blocks so easily. So we're flicking here. Well, I'd say Taylor's flicking here back and forth between the fine end and the standard size ulnar tube here as well. So it's all coming away really just starting to loosen really well now.
You can start to see there's a bit more of a gap underneath this now.
A couple of people, we've had a couple of people in the comments section saying to us, we do talk about things and we mention things a few times. Somebody mentions them about we've mentioned clarinetting a lot.
Hundreds of times.
Hundreds of times. So the reason we do that is sometimes we can't. We know you guys are really knowledgeable when you've been watching these videos. Our subscribers, my goodness me, so they know what tool we're going to use before we do sometimes now on here. But there are going to be people that are going to come across these videos that have never seen earwax removal videos before. So we do always try and explain some of the terminology as we're going along. And apologies if we do tend to repeat ourselves about certain aspects of it, or you hear it quite a few times in the videos. It's just us trying to explain things for patients who don't really understand or come across these kind of terms that we use a lot. But it's really starting to come away nicely now.
Very slowly. Very slowly.
It is, and it's as frustrating as it seems to look at, to watch it. And there's always people in the comments say, you should have gone in there with
just get in there
with a Johnson horn. That's great, but then all your ear canals, and the last thing you'd want is for someone to go and you can't use a tool this deep, something like a Jobson horn. You've got to get over the top of the wax for that to be effective, and what's going to happen is it's just going to scrape, and this deep you could really scrape along the eardrum, and that's something nobody wants really. It would be, first of all, it would be really uncomfortable. Secondly, it's really dangerous, which is why we're sticking with the suction tube here. See
so we're starting to
to lift out of that recess. You do the same thing as me, which is we try and lift out the recess first. Because when it's all stuck down in there, it's very, very difficult to pull that out. And you want it to come out in one piece, because the last thing you want when you're dealing with really sticky wax like this is to leave a chunk down in that recess, because it's an absolute nightmare to get into. You can put bends on the tools, so sometimes you'll see us bend the fine end a little bit just to sneak around the corner. But it doesn't always work, and sometimes it's difficult to get a grip, a nice, safe, and comfortable grip on that wax. There's a lot of skin. I can just see a lip of that grey material there at the top. That's all dead skin there that we're just starting to peel down.
Yeah, so we're just trying to detach this plug, basically, just trying to maneuver this. I can kind of see what I'm doing myself here. So looking at this, at the bottom of the ear canal there, where that, almost like a, how to pronounce it? Not a hill, like a bump in the ear canal. Yeah, where that is, I'm trying to sort of move this plug in the sort of same direction as that, to try and loosen this away.
So it looks like it's stuck at the very top and all along that ridge there. So if you pull forwards, what's going to happen is it's going to hold on to the back, it's going to hold on to the top of that ridge, it's not going to move. So what you're doing is pulling down from that top corner to try and detach it from that top section down the ridge down and draw it down into, sort of almost bowl it together a little bit. You can see a glimpse of the eardrum there though.
Just a tiny little bit in the corner there.
Yeah, on your right side when you're looking at this. So we can see that we're deep, we're right on top of the eardrums. This wax is really pushed very, very deep down in here.
And I was saying the other day as well, with because some people obviously don't want to know what it feels like when you touch the ear canal that deep. But if you've ever been pinched under your arm, that's the kind of feeling you get when we touch the ear canal. Very, very, very sort of, like a really sharp.
Yeah. See, everybody now watching this. It's all done. I've just
made thousands of people just bruise their own hands.
So yeah, it's quite an uncomfortable sensation, which is why this is our ethos here at Audiology Associates. We want to make these procedures as safe and as comfortable for these patients as we possibly can. We want these patients to come back and look after their ears, and this is why when some people say, oh, you didn't get that last little bit there. Well, no, if it's not blocking the ear canal, it's not causing issues as far as the hearing's concerned, that piece could be ridiculously uncomfortable to remove. And you've also got to look at that safety aspect. We talk about this all the time, weighing up that risk versus benefits. Are you going to improve that person's hearing any more by taking a tiny little dot of wax away? Probably not. Are you going to be, is it... Oh, I'm going to shut up because it's coming out now.
We got a really good... I was just going to say we popped some more olive oil in, and you can see already this is starting to roll out here now. So this olive oil has well, you can tell the difference it's made already.
It's lifting this nicely with that recess.
Yeah. And this is where Rhys was just saying about, with us not taking every little tiny bit. This patient has already gone through quite a lot with us trying to remove this. The last thing they want is us going in when this is completely unblocked, so they're hearing to their full potential. They don't want us going back in and just really kind of risking making their hearing worse, really.
Yeah. So
we just, again, keep it as comfortable as possible.
It's coming away. It's really lifted out that recess now. We talked about that little bump, that sort of that ridge there in the ear canal. Now this is just stuck. Like, looks at this, just the other side of that ridge.
Just on it,
just on the cusp of it. So we've got
try and roll this now. Yeah. At this point, the patient would already start hearing better because we've technically cleared the blockage. So with that gap going down to the eardrum, so this patient is already now hearing the full potential of this suction, which is going to start becoming loud.
The patients will say they can hear the difference straight away. And you can always tell, like I can tell when a patient's going to hear better. As soon as you get a glimpse of that eardrum, I'll say to the patient, hearing better now? Oh, yep, I can hear so much better already. Obviously, we're going to go back in and clear like this. You couldn't leave something this size in there because it's just such a big piece and it's going to block up straight away. But Taylor's managed to do a really good job here of pull this around without leaving anything in there, especially in that deeper plug. Because look at this coming out, it's like toffee, like a thick fudge.
Food again.
I'm so sorry, I'm doing with spice, toffee and fudge. All those things are lovely, but it's that consistency. Play-Doh, it's Play-Doh consistency. Don't eat Play-Doh. Well, you shouldn't if you do, but please don't eat Play-Doh.
Please don't.
So it's coming away really well. There we go. We can see the eardrum. That is looking so much clearer there. Now we were saying about leaving these little bits behind. Well, you can see these tiny little dots of wax here, then everywhere. Now you just experienced, because everyone did it. You all pinched underneath your arm. Now imagine trying to do that in the ear canal. Lifting these tiny little pieces off would be that sort of sensation if you just touch accidentally the ear canal wall under these. So we're going to leave some of those bits there. We've cleared the offending wax. Patient's hearing better already.
There we go.
I can't believe we're over halfway now through Waxman.
Over halfway, yeah.
I know.
Gosh, it's going really quick.
It is going very, very quickly, isn't it? Really quickly. I hope you guys have enjoyed Waxman this year, guys. We've had some good ones in here. We have got some good ones coming up as well.
We've got some really good ones coming.
I'm not going to spoil anything. Taylor's done a couple of, one I can think of recently was a really good one you've done. Go on, you just
gosh, look how poor that looks compared to how long we've been in this ear canal. So we've got 1 centimetre.
Yeah, 1 centimetre, half an inch, that is, guys, so just under half an inch there. So you can see it doesn't look like anything there, but the rule of thumb, the deeper this wax is, the more problems it tends to cause these patients as far as their hearing's concerned. That one actually stuck to the drum as well, so a nasty one.
So, nice long one there for you, and sorry I haven't spoken much, guys. Again, I'm sounding a little bit rough at the moment, so we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll sort ourselves out with the next couple of days. So, as always, guys, take care of yourselves.
Take care of your ears.
And take care of one another, and we'll see you again real soon.
Bye.
See, we did it that time. We got it absolutely flawless.
We nailed that.
Bye, everyone.